Hello everyone, you're welcome back to my channel, Legal Impress. First of all, I would like to say a very big thank you to everyone that has subscribed to my channel, watched my video, shared with their friends and family. I really appreciate it. I'm saying thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you and God bless you. In this video, we're going to continue from where we stopped in our last video. We'll be talking on your right as a passenger as it relates to international air carriers. Number one, when your flight has been delayed between 2 to 4 hours, you are entitled to refreshment. And in addition, you're also entitled to SMS, electronic mail, and 2 free of charge telephone calls. If you watched our last video as it relates to domestic air carriers, this particular provision kicks in when you've been delayed for 1 hour. But for international air carriers, this provision for refreshment kicks in when you've been delayed between 2 to 4 hours. Number two, when you've been delayed for 4 hours, you are entitled to a meal, for example, Nigerian jollof. Unlike the domestic, you are not entitled to a meal. It stops at refreshment as it relates to delayed flights. Number three, when the expected time of departure is at least 6 hours beyond the original scheduled time of departure that was announced, then you are entitled to hotel accommodation and transportation from the airport to your hotel accommodation. Unlike the domestic, this is only applicable when you have been delayed between 10 p.m. and 4 a.m. If you watched our last video as it relates to domestic air carriers, you would notice that for international air carriers, there is no provision under the regulation for refund. Unlike the domestic, you can actually demand for your money when you've been delayed beyond 2 hours. As it relates to this regulation, kindly note that what the Consumer Protection Regulation provides for is the minimum assistance that is required of operating air carriers to you as a passenger, meaning that you can decide to go further, especially when you have scenarios when you suffered damages as a result of the delay. You seeking for the enforcement of your right under this regulation will not stop you from seeking further redress under any statutory, contractual, or applicable law. So this video would be the last we're going to discuss for now as it relates to aviation related matters. As aviation is broad, there are a lot of things that passengers experience when they want to embark on a journey. It could be delayed flight, overbooking, cancellation of flight, missing luggage, and all sorts. But we're going to pause right here while we move on to other interesting topics that I have to share with you. I do hope that so far this area has been very enlightening. You've been able to learn 1 or 2 things, and when you find yourself in such situations, you won't just keep quiet, but rather you will demand for the enforcement of your rights. Please feel free to share this video with frequent flyers that you know, as they might have experienced this issue before. And feel free to ask any question that you may have. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and repost to your friends.